And let's jump into the first major story. This stuff freaks me out. Facebook and Instagram non-person Trump, reports the Daily Mail. Platforms ban ex-president's interview with daughter-in-law Laura, where she signals he will run for president in 2024. Facebook and Instagram pulled the clip because it featured Trump speaking. That's it. So what does that mean? If I pull up an old video of The Apprentice, are they going to pull it down now? You can't. No more Apprentice, guys.
My guess is no, because it's so haphazard and irrelevant of why. They're just.
Should we try?
Because it's politically motivated.
Should we try?
I don't usually poke the beast unless I need to poke the beast.
Why don't you get to that $1 billion media company
first?
And
then we'll try it.
And then just like create the Donald Trump archive.
Yes.
Where we just like.
I mean,
That's
what
a good
happens
idea.
if 60 Minutes decided to interview the former president, the 45th president of the United States, and then they put up clips on YouTube, or Tucker Carlson or whomever else, standard mega media. They interview the ex-president talking about benign policy issues, whatever. They put it up on YouTube. Going to be deleted. That's it. The president can never.
No.
I'm sorry, on
Facebook.
Facebook. Sorry, let's get that very perfect.
I got a
perfectly
theory.
clear.
It's because Facebook said they didn't want to do political ads anymore, and maybe they thought it was a political ad.
No. They said it was because they literally said, look, the voice of Donald Trump. What if we do, what are those things they do where they deep fake a voice? What is that called?
Yeah.
The deep faking?
Probably.
Yeah.
They did that thing with Joe Rogan where it was called like notjoerogan.com or something. And they would type things in and it sounded like Joe Rogan was saying them. What if we just do that? What if we get a Donald Trump voice changer? And so we do this show with a mod on. So all of our voices are Donald Trump, all talking and arguing with each other.
That I'm into.
I love it.
Poke the beast.
Yes.
Poke the beast.
Test
What
the
do you mean,
algorithm.
Facebook?
We persuaded you very easily.
Yeah,
just
well, I like
saying.
the fake
This is
voices.
like fun.
That's fun.
No, but this is
Wait, can we not do mannerisms? Can we not do slogans? Can we not even do imitations now?
China.
That's it. We're nuked.
We're banned. No more Facebook.
Peace out, everybody.
It was Trump's son's wife was on Facebook saying that Donald Trump was going to run, and there was a clip of his voice.
They didn't say he was going to run. I guess Trump said people who want him to run should have hope. And that's always because there's a bunch of laws that don't come into play as soon as you say you're running for president.
Oh.
So that's why they always wait till the last minute. Like, we know they're going to run. I think this is a really strong indication Trump will end up running. He's going to be 78 years old. He's going to run for president. And they're going to ban him. Twitter, it was like, we're not letting him back on even if he does run for president. Dude, I look at the stuff that's going on today. All of this stuff all over the world, the stuff that's happening in media, and it's just been blatant over and over again. Like that video, The Verge published this video of a Google meeting when Trump won the election, and there's people crying.
Right.
And it's like the CEO, and he's like, we know how everyone's upset about this. It's like,
We're never going to let that happen again.
yeah.
Yeah.
We see it happening right in front of us, and then, nothing happens. You
know why nothing happens? The people that run Facebook and these other companies are now in charge of antitrust division at the Department of Justice.
Wait, are they really?
And vice versa. Yeah, there's just like a steady flow back and
That's how it's
forth.
always
Matt
been,
Stoller's really been on top of this about which the personnel from which company is now at DOJ. No one is there to prosecute it. Why? Because we're living in a techno-corporate fascist state where the Democratic progressive left and the corporations have fused in all of their intentions, and they're acting in concert, and they will never check each other because all they want to do is check us.
Well, here's the problem with the Democratic progressive left, that the anti-establishment left sides with them more often than not because they're given candy. So the Democrats are like, here's AOC to say another thing is racist. And these far leftists, insurgent types, revolutionary types, Antifa types, who should oppose Joe Biden and everything he stands for, support him. They come out and they're like, well, we don't like Joe Biden. We just voted for him because Trump is bad. It's like, so you think the establishment should regain control of the White House and do all that stuff? Sure, I guess. But more often than not, they dangle red meat from people like AOC and Bernie Sanders in front of the far left and the socialists, and they just take it. They take it. So there are a lot of anti-woke leftists who want a workers' revolution and all that stuff. Okay, stop siding with the establishment. Donald Trump was not the base of power in this country, even as president, which was hilarious. He got some things done. He had power as president, but the entire machine was against him. For 2 years, the Republican Party was against him. It's like, who was it? Trey Gowdy? When the Russia thing comes up, they're like, well, we better look into this stuff because we want to make sure we're being thorough. It's like the guy's the effectively the leader of your party, but they hated him. They wanted all of that stuff to happen to slow him up.
You got to judge people by their actions, not by their words, right? So if these people on the far left are voting for the establishment, supporting the techno-corporate fascist tyranny that we live under now, they clearly aren't really interested in a workers' revolution.
It's sad and funny watching them get banned. Like when they come after Crowder, and they've been coming after Crowder. I think they just took down another one of his videos like in the past couple of hours. Whoa. So I want to be careful too, because like obviously I know Crowder, and so every time something like this happens, I'll be like, yo, can you confirm what's going on? So I don't know if he's mentioned it yet, but I've been talking to him. They're taking down more of his videos, and they're doing it in creepy ways. Like, okay, this one's not a strike, but we're giving you a warning here. The reason this is just outright awful, infuriating, because he didn't break any rules. They're lying. They're taking down videos where he literally cites the CDC, which is what he's supposed to do. And he is one of the staunchest, most ardent and high-profile advocates defending free speech for literally everyone, including these leftists who complain all the time. Yeah, so when they go after him, it's like...
He would go to, events where people were protesting and sit down and be like, debate me, have a conversation.
Change my mind.
Yeah. Instead of fighting, let's have a real...
And they're great. They're great.
They're amazing. That's what kind of made him super famous was that stuff.
I mean, he's had a lot of, a lot of shows. He's hit out of the park. But here's what I'm trying to say. When I see these progressives get nuked, I go, don't ban them, please. These people have a right to be on the platform. They have a right to their channels. There was one person who got banned from YouTube, and I follow this stuff. I follow the censorship. I see the progressives saying, these progressives just got banned. Where's the free speech, freeze peach people? And I'm like, I'm right here, yo. Give them their channels back. Who do I got to email? One of them was just ragging on me nonstop. And I'm like, I don't care. I want them to rag on me and say all the mean things about me. That's their right to do so. Good. We don't want a monoculture where only, the oracle can speak down from the high heavens. But what the problem is? I say it's sad because I don't want it to happen, but it's kind of funny, admittedly.
It's funny watching someone melt. It's horrifying, but it's like, ha ha, or watching someone fall down and get hurt. People laugh, but it's not funny. It's the guy who is smacking you in the face over and over again, then getting smacked in the face. And you want to be like, dude, we don't want the violence. I get they were hitting me. Don't hit them. Let's stop everything. But we want to laugh about it. It's like, if I'm against violence, I don't want them to befall violence. If I support free speech and these people are advocating for my destruction, it's really annoying that when they get censored, of course I'm going to defend them. What's frustrating about it is, look, the people who believe in individual liberties and free speech, we're the good guys. We are the good guys because we stand up even for our enemies. It's like, I grew up watching Batman, and what Batman would do? The Joker falls off a building and Batman grabs his hand and doesn't let him fall. Sherlock Holmes, the bad guy, Lord, what's his name? Blackwood or whatever, falls, and then Sherlock, he's like, all right, and he pulls him back up. The good guy saves the bad guy. The problem is, if you ever watch G.I. Joe, when Cobra Commander would fall, Duke would grab him and he'd be like, help me, Duke. And Duke would pull him up, and then Cobra Commander would be like, thanks. And he'd push him off the ledge.
Exactly.
So at what point do you stop helping your enemies? I don't know. That's the thing people are going through right now.
That's exactly it.
Don't lose your moral compass.
These people are going, ha ha ha, you're getting censored, you stupid bigot. And then when the ground falls out from under them, we reach down, grab them and say, hold my hand, brother. And we pull them up. And then as soon as we do, they push us off the edge and say, ban them now. That's the problem.
That's the worst.
This reminds me of this whole thing going on right now with James Lindsay and his sort of style on Twitter, right? It's like,
it's funny.
It's hilarious, and I totally get it. Politeness has gotten us nowhere, right? And that's his approach, right? He's like, look, politeness isn't going to get us anywhere. We need to start being aggressive and crude and throw manners out the window, because manners are political correctness, which is, tyranny, which is mind control, etc. And it's a tough spot to be in, holding your moral compass true, staying true to your values, when doing that is like paving the road to your own demise.
It's true, man. But I've thought about this. We've got people who believe the ends justify the means. And so they think by being evil people who suppress people's rights, who take away their freedom of speech, that as soon as they take over, then everything can be fine. But there's no end. You never meet the end. Once they have their glorious revolution, they must fight to protect it from those who would stage another glorious revolution.
And the ones that they've inspired to be cruel and use evil are going to be the ones that are coming up to try and stop them. So the means you use are the means that will be used against you.
Exactly. And so that's why I just can never agree, but maybe it means we just sit back and watch the world burn. Because what I see happening now is these people who are authoritarian, they're despotic, they're liars, they're hypocrites. People like AOC, she screams Donald Trump is putting kids in concentration camps. Now that it's happening under Biden, what did she say today? There is no migrant crisis. So this is the other day. She said there is no migrant crisis. It's a crisis of imperialism. Lady, there's a migrant crisis. Even ABC's pointing it out. They're hypocrites. So what's happening is I'm watching these people go town to town, literally burning these towns down. That literally happened last year. And we're told being calm, polite, rational, and staying true to our beliefs is the only way forward. But they're still burning the cities down, both figuratively and literally. So what do? Do we decide to burn things down back?
No.
Well, that's just going to make everything burn down faster. Right. And that's what they want. So I can only hope that we have this little fortified space, whereas everything else burns down because weak, cowardly people give in and let them do it. We will have some sanctuary.
You really, you sound like right now, you sound like John Galt.
That's the main character of Ayn Rand's Atlas Shrugged.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay, you guys are going to burn the world down. Well, guess what? I'm going to build my own world and you can't come. And that's a little bit about what we're doing in the liminal order. It's what you're trying to do. It's what you are doing. You want to build your own walled garden with no masters, with no interference from the other institutions and the big tech companies and all that.
Be left alone.
Yeah.
And liminal order is extremely successful. Like that mentality works.
It really does work because people are feeling the same thing and they want a space that's protected from all of this madness and mayhem.
Bro, you know what? You know what it is there's very few people like us.
True.
Okay, the people who are watching this, you watch it for a reason. I imagine we're all part of this ideology of some kind of classical liberalism, freedom, and I'm sure there's probably a lot of more authoritarian right individuals who watch for the sake of opposing the authoritarian left. But I think most people who watch, because we've had events, we've done polls, are libertarian left or libertarian right, mostly in moderate. There's just very few of us. People who are willing to stand up and defend the rights of the individual and freedom. And that we start seeing how this cult mentality seeps through everything. And it's because regular people don't care, don't want to be involved. They just want to sit down and be told what to think. And I'm not trying to be mean to most people, but it really is the guy in the workplace who's like, I don't want to get into a fight with anybody. I don't talk about politics.
It's
So
scary
I'm just going to sit here.
to become a target. Being on video and speaking your mind like this it is a freaky proposition, and it puts you in a bit of a vulnerable state, but also it gives you immense power once you start to do it and realize, not that you're untouchable, but that you're stronger than you realize.
Once you do become more or less untouchable, it's a crazy, liberating feeling. It's empowering, and it's more fuel to actually continue speaking the truth. I worry that if, obviously we don't want to see Crowder get taken out. But if Crowder does get taken out, Tim, like, you're like the lead dog then.
Yep.
I don't know about me. I don't think we're that big. Like, Crowder's got 5-something million subs.
Who's between you and Crowder in this same space?
Jordan Peterson?
Jordan Peterson's got way more subs. I mean, he's way bigger, way more influential.
Just saying, man. If Crowder goes,
but in terms of content
more
production,
attention will be the same team that's sweating Crowder's content. They'll be just like,
you and Steven are very different. Like, he's a comedian, like offensive comedy comedian. He really rides the line.
But I hate that idea, offensive comedy.
He does
edgy
like
comedy.
Edgy comedy. He's not like a gentle comic. He's like kind of hardcore.
I've watched Crowder. I've watched Family Guy. Guess which one has more race-based and stereotype-based jokes?
I'm not even surprised.
Yeah, and that's on TV every day, all day, every day, influencing kids and everybody, and good. I think it's a funny show. Crowder is nowhere near.
I don't want them to ban South Park, but if you watch one episode of South Park, it's 1,000 times worse than anything any of us are saying.
I'm concerned with the terms of service of YouTube. When we were writing our terms of service at Minds, we were like, what if we just slide a little thing in there that says, and we retain the right to ban anyone at any time? No matter what.
Say that.
If that says that at YouTube, which it probably does,
yes.
No one's safe. For any reason,
none of us
are
safe. No, period. None of us
They'll
are
put
safe.
that little, and all it is one little sentence.
Yep.
After
in this regard, I do not sound like John Galt. I am not a fan of laissez-faire capitalism and big corporations that can do what they want on a private platform. I think that we have, the people have to come together and have some kind of agreement about what we don't let people do with power.
So on right before I came up here, I tweeted out, I had the same thought libertarianism died with the birth of the internet, which isn't exactly right. But the gist is that the scale of the internet and the power that it allows people and corporations to accrue is the just example, prima facie evidence as why libertarianism is failed. Libertarian philosophy, right, would just be like, let Amazon.
You mean big L libertarianism?
Yeah. Not just leave me alone libertarianism,
right.
but like actual political philosophy of libertarianism. If you the theory would lead you to say, like, just let Amazon and Google do their thing. Just let Twitter and Facebook do their thing. They're a private company, or they're a corporation. They can do whatever they want. Just build your own, right? It's clearly not happening. I'm sorry. There's clearly not happening because now also there's just the prospect of the AI, right? Just like the super dominant AI that's going to cast a long night over everybody. And so libertarianism is dead. You can't just let the corporations do whatever they want.
Didn't you see Wall-E?
I did.
Don't you think it would be just so amazing to be able to just be morbidly obese with very weak skeletons floating around in hover chairs, drinking sodas, and just having everything done for you? An existence.
It's what plants need. Wrong movie, but you know what I'm talking about.
It's what plants do. Think about Wall-E. These people might as well be a shrub in the corner of the room.
There's really very little difference between the Wall-E character and the guy in the pod in the Matrix, right? Very little, because you're just there to serve the system, and that's it.
Man. Yeah, I get pessimistic seeing this stuff, like with the Chauvin trial stuff. It was really creepy to see this woman try taking photos in the court, and the judge just goes, "Well, just delete that photo for me." Okay, moving on. I'm like, bro, throw her out, bar her from the courtroom, because deleting the photo doesn't delete the photo.
Yeah, it might have automatically uploaded it to some server somewhere.
Absolutely,
it's already on iCloud, baby.
And
so who was she? Just watching the trial?
She was a PR person. Apparently. Thanks for checking out this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. If you want to see the full show, come back to this channel, youtube.com/TimcastIRL, Monday through Friday at 8 p.m., where you can leave comments and super chat, and we actually will read your comments on the show. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and if you want exclusive members-only content, segments you can't get anywhere else, go to timcast.com, become a member, and we even have full bonus episodes. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.